Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is the report for August 31st, and I know you guys are all anxious to hear the winners of the drawing. I have 8 winners for the drawing, and we're going to do that after the report, so stand by. We'll let everybody know who the winners are, and we'll let everybody know how to get a hold of me and how we're going to divvy up these prizes and so on and so forth. Real easy, but you'll have to wait till the end of the report today. So first of all, I'm going to say the last 10 days I have had tons of problems with my boat, just stuff that goes wrong. I've had a battery problem, I've had electronics problems, I had trolling motor problems, and I am electronically challenged. I want to thank 3 people for taking the time and having the patience to get me, going in the right direction and help me out with getting back on the water. I think I'm back on the water now. But anyhow, 3 people: Alan Fong, Jim Horton, and Andy Dudna. You guys know Alan Fong from Alan Fong Outdoors. Great fisherman, but really sharp with electronics. Alan, thanks so much. Alan got my updates, set up for me, kind of sent me in the right direction, talked about some problems that I could have, and took time out of his busy day. I got a hold of Jim Horton from Real Custom Boat Works. Jim took care of all of my Ethernet problems that weren't wired up, and were just, these things pop up and they cause problems. I don't know how to fix them. You're going to be hearing more on my channel about Jim. Again, Real Custom Boat Works. Jim is located in Stockton, right out at Paradise Point. And he primarily has been working on saltwater boats and a lot of the trolling guys, the guys that are doing kokanee and stuff. Really sharp on electronics, and we're going to talk about Jim's Real Custom Boat Works for you guys that are in Stockton. We got another guy that you might want to consider, whether just installing electronics or you're having problems, but right here in Stockton, you don't have to go to Sacramento, you don't have to go to the Bay Area. That's Jim Horton, and I'll have a video with Jim coming up, hopefully. Last but not least, Andy Dudna. No stranger to the Delta. Everybody knows Andy out here. If you don't, Andy is the ghost whisperer when it comes to ghost trolling motors. Called up Andy. I was ready to just take the thing in and drop it off. He talked me off of a cliff, gave me some ideas, pointed me in the right direction, actually started saying, you better start looking at your batteries because the things that you're talking about you may have a couple things going on. So Andy, thanks so much for taking the time. All you guys, Alan, Jim, and Andy. If it's not for you, I could be months without a boat. So I'm just so happy to be on the water right now that I can't thank you guys enough. With that being said, because I haven't been on the water, I'm going to have a special guest that's going to do the bulk of the report. You guys know and love him. It's Rob Cloutier from the Bass Hole. Rob's going to give you his idea of what's been going on the Delta for him, this whole year, and he's going to talk about what's coming up. He's going to talk about baits, and really good to hear what Rob has to say and get a different opinion of just different people giving you their views on what state of the Delta or what the state of the Delta is. So we'll have Rob on it in just a minute. I want to talk about a video that I'm going to be uploading next week. It's something really different. I'm going to put a mature audience warning on it. This is about, there's not a lot of foul language on it. There's no foul language, and I can't tell you what it is because I'm going to want you to watch it. It's only a 3-minute video. It's about a catch that I had recently, about a month, and it has some content that is mature audience. I've talked to some of my people that know more about YouTube, and they don't think I'm going to get thrown off. If I do upload this video next Tuesday and somehow I get thrown off of YouTube, give me a couple weeks, I will resurface. But I'm going to do this video, and it's called Another Day on the Delta. I believe that's the name of it. When you see that, if you have kids or young ones, watch the video before you let them watch it, and it's not terrible. I'm hoping it doesn't get me thrown off of YouTube, but I think this is going to be a video you'll find amusing, and it is about a very special catch that I had about a month ago. So that's next week. Let's get into river conditions. I'm getting reports 73 degrees all the way up to 78 degrees. Water visibility from 12 inches to 5 or 6 feet. I have got some reports from the far south. They have opened up the Mossdale area and south. There's a few guys going out down there and they're starting to catch fish. Visibility is still not good, but at least it's open. So you guys that are way south that, you know, come in and fish out of Mossdale or the south, it's opening up and the fishing is starting to turn on down there. Let's talk about stripers. Jeff Suhu from Suhu Sport Fishing, he's been out fishing the last couple weeks, doing very well. He's getting a good class of fish. Matter of fact, not the numbers so far that they've seen last year. He was out one of his trips last week. He had a 30 fish day. He was spooning and all but one fish was a keeper fish. So just one shaker out of 30. That's pretty darn good. He's seeing a lot of 6 to 8 pound fish. He had a friend that had a 35 pound striper that was caught on the troll, and I believe that was somewhere around Rio Vista. But a lot of his network is saying the size of the fish, there's a lot of, I'll say 8 to 10 pound fish out there, a good class of fish, and they're getting some bigger fish, you know, some teeners up to, you know, 15, 18 pounds. So far, nice class of fish coming in. There's still a lot of fish in the bay. There's a ton of fish out here. It's time to start looking for you guys that like multi-species trips to go out and go for it. I got some pictures of my buddy Sedley, who has been sending in reports every week. Sedley goes out and he's doing multi-species trips. I think Sedley kind of leans on the striper side, but while he's fishing stripers, he's also picking up some largemouth bass. Sedley is catching a lot of his stripers on walking baits, top waters. I know a lot of guys are starting to throw A-rigs. The A-rig is a nice thing to throw this time of year if you're multi-species fishing, because you're going to get some largemouth and you'll get some stripers on it. But Sedley, thank you so much for sending in the reports every week, and I'm glad you're on the fish, and keep them coming. Let's talk about tournaments. First I want to hit up Team Gazzardo. Team Gazzardo is a supporter of In Deep on the Delta. They fished the Discovery Bay tournament and won the tournament with a 20-pound bag. Jeff had an 8.1 kicker. So number one, congratulations to Team Gazzardo for winning that tournament, and thank you guys for supporting the channel. The last few Wednesday night tournaments, pretty much, you know, it's Groundhog Day. 19 pounds, you know, wins the tournament, drops down to 16, you know, some 14, 15 pound bags. Tuesday night, Lunkers tournament, they had the TOC last Tuesday, and it was won with 23 pounds. Congratulations to Tyler and Clay Wood. They are a father-son team. They had a 7.4 kicker. Once again, 23 pounds, unbelievable weight for this year on the Delta, but second place dropped down to 16 pounds. So think about that. The Bass Cat tournament, I think it was won with 19 pounds. I don't know how, they had quite a few boats out here. And again, the weights dropped down from there. So it's kind of, you know, as far as tournament talk, around 20 pounds is going to win a tournament out here now. I will say that the Tuesday night Lunkers tournament, Steve, who is the director, is going to try to put a bi-weekly tournament on the Delta, you know, local tournament that you guys will be able to fish through the winter. So he's trying to put that together. So keep up with Lunkers tournament on Instagram and social media, and you'll get the information on if you're interested in fishing some winter tournaments out here. Okay. What else do we need to talk? Let's just go with, turn it over to Rob Cloutier, and I did an interview with Rob earlier in the week, and he's going to give you his ideas on everything that's been going on and some suggestions for baits and some techniques coming up here. So I'm going to turn it over to Rob. As soon as Rob's done, we'll get back to the regular scheduled program, and we will announce the winners of the drawing. This week's report, I've got the man himself, Rob Cloutier from the Bass Hole. Rob, you've been out fishing. You know, it's midsummer, late summer. You've got tons of people coming through the shop. They're telling you what's going on. You've been tournament angling. You've got a wide net of people that you talk to. Give us an idea on what you've seen the last couple of weeks. Let us know, you know, kind of the state of what's going on, what you think is gonna happen coming up in the next couple of weeks.
So again, as we're coming into that late summer, early fall transition, we've got cooler water temps, cooler air temps, a little bit of dew in the morning and stuff. So everything's starting to cool down, right? Which is great. The water temperature's dropping down to that 74, 75, and it'll just keep going down. As these water temps drop down, these bigger fish start to pull up. They were harder to catch last month, too hot. They're a little bit deeper. Everybody's fishing shallow. Now they're starting to show up, right? And you get them punching, frogging, buzz baits, spooks, everything else like that. My thing, especially when it gets that colder weather, I like to throw these bigger rats. Those bigger fish will be up there feeding in the evening time. These rats will be really working well coming into the fall here. Again, we've got shad in the system now, a lot of shad in the system. This guy's a key player right here. Little crankbaits, 1.5s, 2.5s. The spinnerbait, been a real big staple this year. It's really holding it down. A lot of fish on the spinnerbait. Not so much size for me, but just a lot of numbers on the spinnerbait right there. Are you
throwing a trailer on that?
No trailer. I'm straight out the package. I like the 3/4. When it's windy out there, I generally throw this guy, and I like the 3/4 because I can just huck it and wind, huck it and wind. That half ounce, you turn a corner, wind's blowing at you, you fire that thing, and it comes right back at your face, and you look down at your reel, and you go, man. So I throw the 3/4. I like to keep it on the boat. Really lets me just crank and wind and cover a lot of water. Putting the fish in the boat, locating fish, that's my locator, and then I'll break it down, punching, frogging on mats, whatever's there when I know these fish are there. But again, going back into that fall bite, we've got those shad coming in. All these guys are gonna be key players in here. That Rico, that topwater, that underspin, you know, anything that's shad related. But I really do believe that shad pattern's really gonna be the ticket here coming into early fall and then all the way until early winter time there, late fall.
I'll put you on the spot. Somebody's coming out to the Delta next week. Two questions in one. Some advice for weekend anglers, I'll say novice to non-professional anglers. Give them a couple baits that they can catch a lot of fish on, and then maybe once they get a little confidence, a bait that they may switch over to try to catch a big fish.
All right, well, me personally, I would start that morning. I would start the morning with this guy and just covering water with this guy. Straight out the package again, no trailer hook on it. When these big fish grab this guy, they get it.
Double buzz.
Yep, and I'm just gonna cover water. If I'm out there at 6 o'clock, I'm gonna cover water till about 7:30. And occasionally I'll throw this guy in here and you know, fishing it around, toolies, everything else like that. In the morning time, these fish are real active right now. They're cruising around, they're not really hiding. 7:30, 8 o'clock rolls around, that sun's peaked up now. They're gonna start working their way out of there depending on the tide, and they're gonna start looking for cover to hide. Ambush points, shadow points, right? This guy will come into play. That's when I can get it and knock it into that grass and pull it out of that grass, and there's a fish sitting by that grass. He's gonna wanna grab this guy. Same with this guy, covering a lot of water, bringing it around the grass when that's 7:30 to 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm fishing this guy. Spinnerbait too, just covering water. And then I'll fall back.
Do you like white because of the shad in the...
I like white because of the shad in the system. Okay. You know, I change the color throughout the seasons. Early season, January, February, I'm throwing a bright orange one, bright red one. The fish see it more, the water's dirtier. Early spring, I'm throwing a bluegill one. And there's another one, a golden shiner that I go through as well. That's this guy. I like that golden shiner. The fish really keying on that golden shiner. And as well as that shad. I like the gold blades. I do rock a silver blade too, but I just like the gold blades when it's low light levels. Really gets it shining. Those fish really attract to it. So again, going back to it, I would finish up about 9:30, 10 o'clock with the spinnerbait, the underspin, the crankbait, and then as soon as that sun's right above you right there, it's flip and stick the rest of the day, and I'm flipping everything. What I'm looking for as I'm driving down the bank and trying to find new water, I want toolies and grass. On rocks, islands, doesn't really matter. Even if it's just a rock bank and it's got a grass patch that's there, I like to cruise around on low tide and I like to look around and see. You can see everything so much better on low tide. That grass line, the grass clumps where they sit at. I like the more clumpy stuff more than the straight big mats of grass for a mile long. I want 6 foot clump here, 6 foot clump here, and I'm targeting those areas because I know that these fish are going to relate to that, and I can break it down a lot easier and faster too. So again, rocks with grass, sparse toolies, big clump toolies as well too. If you're running down a bank and there's half a mile of just rock, and then all of a sudden you got 10 feet of tules right there, and then half a mile of rock, and then tules again. Well, all those fish are going to be right there where those tules are. That's their house. They're not going to be out cruising around on the. You might get one or two cruising over there, but the majority of the better fish are going to be around those tules.
Those are
right
magnets.
There. That's it.
Yeah.
That's we call it a 5-pound vending machine.
Okay, we're talking to the anglers coming out on the weekend, and they want to fish like a pro.
Mm-hmm.
They want to catch just 3 big fish. Couple baits.
Couple baits. Well, number one, I'm going to tell you, if you want to fish like a pro, give somebody about $1,000. Let him steal it from you, and then you'll understand. Fill your tank up, run around all day for 2 days,
or fill someone else's tank up.
and then you'll be like, and then come home with no fish and be like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
Searching for big fish again. In that morning, that early morning, I'm going to throw those faster moving, those bigger moving baits. Whopper plopper, double buzz. The frog's been a key player. Again, back to those cheese mats. High sun. I'm going to be throwing this guy when that sun's up. When it's down early morning, I'm cruising around tules, open water, pockets of grass, everything like that. But just throwing those bigger baits to attract that bigger bite. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a bigger bite. A lot of guys been coming in. That drop shot's phenomenal right now. Big fish. I had a gentleman come in the other day. Said, man, I caught a 6, I caught a 7, all on drop shot.
So last but not least, I know the shop looks like it's pretty well stocked up. You're getting another big inventory in next Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I've been fishing the Ricos a lot, having great luck. I got a couple more today because every now and then you lose one, every now and then, blah, blah, blah.
Crack one on the rocks.
But you're going to have a big shipment of Ricos in all. You got your colors are not limited, but the ones that they need to have in the Ricos are coming up.
Yeah, I've got a big order coming in. It should be here, like I said, Monday, Tuesday. I'll have a bunch of Ricos, all the colors. I mean, they all work.
Okay, let's get back to the regular programmed report, and Rob will be doing the giveaway.
Yep.
And you're going to have some people coming in here looking for some stuff. We're going to be giving away some gift certificates, so make sure you treat those people good, show them where the good stuff is, take some stuff out of the back, and we'll go from there.
All right.
All right, thanks for the report, Rob.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it. Let's announce the 8 winners, and I'm going to tell you what the prizes are. The grand prize, or the booby prize, depending on how you look at it, is going to be a day with In Deep on the Delta, out on the water. You can bring a friend if you want. That will include a day's fishing, and we'll stop at one of the local eateries, whether it's out at the Rusty Porthole or King Island Grill. We'll take a little break. We'll go and have lunch. Whole day is on me, and hopefully it'll be a fun day. That's, like I say, either the grand prize or the booby prize. And as we announce the winners 1 through 8, the number 1 person will have the opportunity to either take that day or go on to one of the other prizes. So first prize is a day with In Deep on the Delta, out on the water. Prizes 2 through 8, I have 7 gift certificates from the Bass Hole. They are $50 gift certificates, and what we're going to do is I'll draw your names right now. Send me an email at scooper, COOPER 956-1032 @gmail.com. Send me your contact information. I will give you a call, and I'll let you know how you can pick up the prizes out at the Bass Hole, or if you happen to be the person that is going to go fishing with me, we could talk about dates and things to go fishing. So here are the prizes. And what I did was I took all of the comments and all of the people that have been sending in reports, and they got in a skew from 1 to I think I had 700 somewhere in there, and I drew 8 random numbers from the computer, and this is how they came out. Number 1, Law Dogs, LOWDOGZRACER. You were the first number. Number 2, Michael Fott, 5322. Number 3, Neil Bobo. Number 4, Mark Schubert. Number 5, Justin Chillin, or Just Chillin, sorry. Number 5, Just Chillin. Number 6, Mark Phillips Jr. Number 7, Jeffrey Aherns. And number 8, Glen Rhodes, and all you guys will have a $50 gift certificate waiting out at the Bass Hole. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, and I hope you guys continue watching. And just remember, if I'm thrown off the internet next week for a video that I shouldn't have put up, I'll try to resurface and come back as in deep or maybe real shallow on the Delta or something. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Get out there and go fishing. The weather out here has been nice. We got a little smoke today. I guess it's coming down from Canada. It's not bothering me. The wind's just, you know, breezy, perfect for fishing out here, and the fishing's getting better and better. Stripers are in. So get out and have some fun. Make sure you send me your reports if you get out. Send some pictures in. Everybody likes to see those, and we'll see you out here on the water. Good luck.